Single mom scarcity mindset and how to overcome that because it's preventing you from moving forward in life. And we don't want that to happen to you anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the number one thing that stops us from making taking risks. It's the number one thing that stops us from investing into ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And investing into our future. But I would also say it is the crutch that we lean on when we are scared of
Yep.
we're scared of not just the money, right? Of course, the money is there and we're like, oh, how can we invest this if I can't afford it? But our ego, our body inside of our subconscious is scared of the change that we are deciding and that we are committing to. And it's easy for us to be like, instead of acknowledging and accepting, I'm scared to level up. I'm scared of failing. I'm scared of succeeding. You say, no, it's the money.
So you never end up leveling up. You know, I want to tell you about this story. I met this incredible newly single mom when I was getting my hair done over at our Emily, our hair. We have the same hairstylist. So I was over there and there's a newly single mom that just started her esthetician business. She'd been a stay-at-home mom. Her ex-husband is a firefighter. And she's like, I have to earn an income now. So she was an esthetician. She's going back. She's looking for new clients. And she made this comment to me that broke my heart. She said, I just told my kids not to expect a big Christmas this year. I don't know how I'm going to give them anything. And I thought, whoa, what if, you've got some time. Yeah. What if instead of having the scarcity mindset, already deciding a couple months from now that it's going to be a bad Christmas, why don't you just work your ass off for a couple months, set some big goals, be done dreaming small, get you some clients, and make it a really great Christmas? Which one are you going to be?
And that's so powerful because it really comes back to we will only ever rise to the position that we believe is possible and that we believe we deserve. We'll only ever rise to that position. Yep. So if you really go inside of yourself and you ask, what do I truly believe is possible for me? Yep. And what do I truly believe I deserve? And be really honest with yourself. And we have some tools like that help you do this within the Metamorphosis program. And when you do this, I think that what you'll find is like, wow, my own limiting beliefs are holding me back.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that I truly believe I'm capable of it. And when you can walk in that faith and that belief of like unwavering confidence that not only are you going to dream big, but you have this unwavering confidence that you are absolutely going to achieve it, you will be blown away by what you can accomplish.
I have 15 tabs open of stories that I want to tell right now. But I also know that point that you're in when you first become a single mom. And I was in a very limited mindset. I was stuck in scarcity. And I've been through it. And I'm here to tell you that sucks. And you can't stay there. And I have the exact tools to get you out of it because it's what I did that worked. I remember when my ex left, and I hate it that I said this out loud. I had 3 little kids. I was still breastfeeding our youngest kid and our youngest daughter. And I said, nobody's going to love me again. I'm ruined. I'm absolutely ruined. Who's going to accept a woman with 3 tiny kids? And I just thought, I'm done. No one's going to love me. I said it out loud to people. I had convinced myself. So it's not that I'm a superhero and that I haven't had those feelings. But 13 years later, I know that wasn't true. It wasn't true. And it was a lie that I was believing. And then I thought, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to, move home with my parents, I guess. How am I going to handle this? And thankfully, I had a lot of people that were speaking into me. And I had a radio consultant because I was doing a radio show at the time. And I was only part-time. And he said, Amanda, what if you were done dreaming small? I thought, oh, well, if I was done dreaming small, he was like, what's the big dream? And it was almost like it was my brain. And I didn't want to say my big dreams out loud because I'd already convinced myself that they weren't possible. So it's like, if you say it, then you're like, well, I'm just going to let myself down and let everybody else down. So you don't even say it. Because I think I had been conditioned in my marriage to always play second and always not put things first. not put myself first, and always be the submissive one. And my only job was I was like a utility in the relationship so that he could go have this career so we could afford this house. And I was there for like 12 years. And then all of a sudden he goes, "Why don't you be done dreaming small?" Forced me. "What is it that you want?" I said, "Well, I would really like a national radio show." That sounds crazy.
What did you accomplish?
A national radio show speaking to 10 million people. Would you like to know how long it took me to do that?
Yes.
1 year.
1 year after speaking into it and then hearing it and believing it was possible. 1 year. 1 year. And there's a there's a path.
Yes.
And there's it takes support. And
Yes.
I'm not saying that 1 year is going to be easy, but you have to believe it's possible.
Is anything worth it in life easy?
Name one example.
No, I can't. Yeah. If you live the easy life, that's pretty boring. Number one, very boring. And number two, it doesn't move the needle forward.
Well, and easy life is always limiting because the second anything gets hard, you're like, "Oh, wait, no, I actually chose the easy path. I think I'll go back to that."
How fun is that?
No, it's not. And it's very limiting.
But I'm telling, I know the fact, I know how limits are in your head. And I'm not judging you for that because I've had them. I wonder if you have too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But here's what I want. I want to now be that friend. Like that man said to me, "Amanda, what if you were done dreaming small?" Sarah and we want to be the one for you that says, "Hey, what if you would be done dreaming small?" Your single mom life doesn't have to be suffering until your kids graduate. It doesn't. Please don't make it. It used to. No.
Don't do that to yourself.
Oh my God.
Kids.
Yeah.
I just had a conversation with somebody this morning and I told her, I've said this before and you've probably heard me say it. I think I maybe even mentioned on another podcast, but I said, one day our kids are going to grow up. And when they do, they're going to have a story of their childhood. And we are going to play one of two roles in that story. We are either going to be, my mom was a single mom and she raised me and her story is awe-inspiring. Mm-hmm. Holy moly. Mm-hmm. She created this castle out of nothing.
Yep.
Or they're going to be like, my mom is this amazing woman and she loved us so much, but she was a single mom and it was hard for her. And she was depressed and she was anxious and she couldn't find balance and she struggled. And we had to step up a lot because she was struggling. No one parent is better or worse than the other. Right. But what version of that story do you want your kids to tell? Yeah. The dream small, big, the one where you just let life happen to you and you just become a victim to the circumstance and you just become a victim to this anxiety and scarcity and fear. And no matter how hard you try not to, you absolutely will project that onto your children.
100%.
Or the one who's like, okay, genie in a bottle. Yeah. What do you want? I'm telling you right now, I'm genie in a bottle. Yeah. What do you want? Mm-hmm. Say it out loud. No matter how crazy it sounds, no matter how big it sounds, write it down, see it, visualize it, say it, and then take steps towards it. One of the things that is a really great tool that I will tell my single moms is in the first steps of this, in the first stages of this transformation of your life, of your body, of your soul, how much money do you need to make? Not to make ends meet. Right. But like if you got to write your own check in a realistic way, like how much money per month do you need to make to put gas in the car, food on the table, pay the bills, clothes on the kids' backs, be able to go out and do fun things and to not feel stressed about money.
I like that.
Okay. Write that number down. And then compare it to how much you do make and then say, okay, what am I going to do about this?
Yes. Instead of going, oh, let me look at my budget and minimize my budget. I'm all for understanding that. But what if you're like, how am I going to get to this one? Instead of focusing so much on what you're taking away from your lifestyle, focus on, okay, well, I guess for promotion, what do I need to do to increase? I like focus on the positive and the increase because Your thoughts provoke your life. What you're thinking about is what's going to be happening during your day. That's why in Metamorphosis, I teach all of our brave single mom clients to own the first hour of your day before you touch a phone, before you do anything. You get in your journal, you write down your why, you write down your goals, you write down pathways to achieve those goals, and then you choose one brave thing a day to do. And that, because your mind is like Jell-O. What you put in sets. So you got to put the good stuff in first instead of everything else. It is so important. And then, but maybe you're thinking, but Amanda and Sarah, I don't have a college degree. Amanda and Sarah, I don't have any experience. I've been a stay-at-home mom. What would you say to that?
I don't either. And
I was a stay-at-home mom too.
And I know a lot of really successful people who don't either.
Yeah.
And passion, purpose and passion drive success. And we live in the day of technology where you can literally teach yourself anything. And I think the bigger question or the bigger objection that we get in this is, I'm different. My situation is different because fill in the blank. My situation is different because of my ex. My situation is different because of medical something. My situation is different because my kids are special needs. My situation is different because fill in the blank. Here's the thing, guys. With all the love in my heart, all the love in my heart and zero judgment. I want you to name one single mom you've ever met who hasn't been through the ring of fire. Name none. We are our single parents, which means that we've probably all got like a pretty crazy past that makes us feel like we're different and we're the exception of the person who's going to be able to accomplish our dreams. Let me tell you what, you're not different. You can accomplish anything you set out to, and so can you, and so can you, and so can you.
It's just this.
It's all right here.
This is all it is. And that's why one of the other things I love in when we go through Brave Single Moms and Metamorphosis, it's not a place where we talk about how bad things are. Like, we don't allow that because we don't want to give what happened in the past, the relationship that broke up, if it's a relationship or a marriage or whatever it was, we don't want to give that any more energy, because the more energy we give that, the more it takes away from our ability to create this awesome future. So it's like we get so busy on focusing on 3 goals. A 3-month goal, a 6-month goal, and a 1-year goal. We put a date on each of those goals, because if you don't have a date attached to your goal, it's just a nice idea.
It's a great idea. Maybe one day.
Yeah. No. We are not going to allow you to say one day. If you're like that freaks you out, that's okay. I get it. But if you're the kind of person that goes, man, I really need that accountability.
Yeah.
I'm really done doing things small, and I'm done feeling limited. I'm done feeling like I have to tell the kids this is going to be a limited Christmas this year. I am done feeling like I am ruined. Get so busy creating your dream life by setting these 3 goals, putting a date to each goal, and then we do this thing called Kaizen. Have I ever told you what Kaizen is? It's a Japanese productivity where you just are 1% more productive every day. Yeah. Just 1%. That's it.
And I think that this is a trending idea for some years now. This be 1% better than you were yesterday, 1% more productive than you were today. Now, I want to take you back to the genie in the bottle.
Okay.
Genie's here.
Yeah.
Tell me your dream. Okay. I'm not granting any wishes because yet, but yeah. But tell us your dream.
Okay.
And then we're going to say, okay, now that's possible, right? That's what we've just told you. Yeah. Okay, you told us your dream is possible. And then you're going to say, well, Amanda, Sarah, how? Okay, cool story. How is that possible? Because let me tell you XYZ. And so Genie in the bottle is going to say, what if you just didn't, you might not be able to see the road between point A and point B. You might not be able to see that road.
Yeah.
You might not know what's on it. You might not know what you're going to have to do to get across it, but we're loading you up with a 4-wheel drive and all the supplies you're going to need. You've got navigation. You've got GPS. There are going to be some cold nights. You're gonna, you might get hungry along the way before you can stop and make that meal. It's gonna be dirty.
Yeah.
And there's, roads will get smooth sometimes and they'll get messy again. This is a long journey.
Yep.
It's a journey. But we've got the map. We've got the navigation, and we're loading you up with supplies. And that's really what one of the cornerstones of what we do is like we show up as your genie in a bottle, but instead of granting you wishes, instead of waving whatever lamp or wand or whatever genies have, instead of granting you wishes, we're teaching you how to grant your own wishes.
How to become the hero of your own story.
Because you already are. You just have to embrace her and stop letting the past, the
affect. Yeah.
Here's the thing. My heart is so with you because that past is ugly and I'm not trying to discount that. What you've been through is ugly and I'm not trying to discount that. But the more that you sit in that and the more you allow that to be the reason that you don't move forward, you're still there.
Yeah.
You're still giving it all the power over your life. Let's leave that back there. That doesn't get to come in the 4-wheel drive along the journey. That's going to stay there.
Yep.
And you get to travel this road as the very best version of yourself. And we make it happen. I don't want to squirrel my brain because
you have another topic too. We're going all over the place. This is what happens when we're in the same room when we record a podcast
with espresso.
Well, I had Nespresso. We need to get a sponsorship from Nespresso. So, I was thinking, we're your cheerleaders. You're not in this version. You're not in this journey as, we help you set these goals. We load the supply truck with what we do is we work backwards. We make this long list. Okay, what is everything I need to get my own place? And then, moving in is the last thing. And we're like, okay, let's put all of these in backwards order. And we're just going to accomplish one thing at a time. You could do that now if you wanted to. And the difference is, do it, try it. And then if you're like, I need some accountability, then we partner up with you and you're on this community of other brave single moms that have your same mentality, that refuse to be victims, refuse to want to talk about the ex anymore, and just want to be so focused on creating a bright future that they don't have time to worry about that. And so they're going to be setting goals. Theirs are probably different than yours. That's the beauty of it. They're going to be making a why. They're going to be making a vision statement and a mission statement. Together, we're all sharing them in our group chat that goes off all day, every day. And I love it. And we're all cheering you on. Going, okay, you do this. How about this? Have you thought about this? I believe in you. It's kind of like, what I love about football games. It's so cheesy because I'm a Midwesterner at heart.
We're just full of analogies
I know.
for you guys today. So
The marching band.
Oh, it is so good.
The thing, the drums.
Did I tell you?
Can we be like the marching band? I'm like you're out there and we're like, like I'm beating the drum for you.
But like
to help
also
you.
if the marching band, also if the marching band like whispered plays in the quarterback's ear, like that's
oh, I like that.
Yeah.
We're a little all of it, and the cheerleaders and all of the things.
just maybe the whole football field. I don't know.
All of the things. But okay, here's another question for you, Sarah. Why would, you're listening to this podcast, maybe you follow us on Instagram, maybe you're in Metamorphosis, maybe you're in Brave Single Moms VIP, our community, but maybe you're going, who are these women and why should I trust them? That's a fair question.
That's fair.
It's fair. Like, what do we know?
Yeah.
What do we know? I always say I'm your cautionary tale. Hi. Well, I've made all the mistakes and I'm here to help you prevent what I've done in 13 years of single motherhood.
I am that very tied up in knots, very traumatized, very abusive past. I mean, we both have a pretty abusive past, but I am all of the reasons you tell yourself this isn't possible. I am the living, breathing example of all the reasons you tell yourself this isn't possible. Because that was me. That was us. We are your cautionary tale because we've been through it and, we've climbed this mountain, and in our journey of climbing this mountain, we have had to say, nothing like this has ever existed before. So for us, we just acknowledged there's a problem. And we need to fix it. There is something that needs to be healed and we need to heal it. There's a dream and I have to believe I can do it. And on our journey, We've had to go out and outsource different programs, different coaches, different mentors, different educations, different schooling, friends that let us just fall into puddles of tears so we can move it out of our body. Like we've had to go and piecemeal this map together, right? And have invested time, money, energy, tears, laughter, joy into this journey of climbing this mountain to piecemeal this map together. And now, while I am a believer that nobody has ever made it, nobody has ever arrived because we live a long, beautiful, amazing life, what we do, what we can say, what we can promise is we have reached a point of this mountain where we know there is nothing in this world that we can't accomplish if we're willing to work for it. There is nothing in this world that can knock us down in a way that we won't get back up from. There is nothing that can hold us back.
And there's nothing that can hold you back. 100%.
And now we've taken everything we've learned and we've put it all in one place. The very first and only place that this exists for single moms.
Yeah.
The first and only place that this exists for single moms. And the women who are part of our community now are flourishing in such an amazing way. And the women who are going to be a part of our community in the future are listening to this right now, and it's resonating because we're here for you. And it's our life's work. It's the reason we've climbed the mountain and had to piecemeal this together.
I got to tell you about one of them. The one that I'm not going to use her name because I did not ask for permission. I will after we record this. I'll ask her if we can include it. But she is going through a divorce while expecting a child. But she's got and she's trying to, one of our goals was to reach a certain level of savings before her maternity leave. Because how can you imagine going on maternity leave, having to take a reduced salary, which, dear God, isn't fair, but having to take a reduced salary and not having that partner to help out.
Seems impossible for most people, I think.
In 2 months, she was able to get $8,000 saved. And it was just through setting goals, having some accountability in the process, and having somebody guide you through it. And where now she is not stressed about her maternity leave. And now we're talking about saving for her to buy her first home and how she's doing that. And she's going to do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely she is.
She's going to do it.
And she's just created all the evidence she needs to know that she's completely capable of doing it.
And she just never had anyone that said, yeah, that's possible. I don't know about you if you've experienced this, but I've had a lot of people in my life tell me I can't do things.
Yeah. My mom and my sisters.
Sorry.
Yeah, like my family.
I've had well-meaning family members in my life too be like, because I was in the tumultuous world of radio. I think I got fired like 3 times in radio as a single mom. Like I've been fired 3 times. But
because that's what I was
radio. It it just kept kicking me out. And I remember someone in my family saying, why don't you just go get a safe job and work for the state? Not that there's anything wrong with that. That could be a great job. It wasn't me. And I was like, no, I want to create this beautiful thing and I want to pour into single moms' lives and I want to be able to speak. I've got more to say than 90 seconds on the radio, which is probably why I kept getting in trouble. That is. I had more to say. So then we decided to create this Brave Single Moms Metamorphosis online and immersive single mom community. And there have been times where I'm like, oh my God, what? No, maybe I should just go back and get that nice little state job. And
because when things get tight, it's easy to fall back into the safety.
Yeah.
Instead of stepping into trust.
I would be miserable.
You'd be
miserable. And I'd be miserable, mommy.
And you wouldn't be more financially stable.
No, I wouldn't. No, not at all.
You'd have the illusion of it. But you wouldn't be.
Yep. I had to make it a must. You have to make these goals that you're thinking, or maybe you're fresh in your single motherhood and you think we're crazy. I promise we're not. We're 12 years, 13 years in here. We've been through almost every single situation you could imagine.
You name it.
And I just think of, you have to get to the place where being a I don't want to say it negatively, feeling like a victim as a single mom, where it's a must for you not to feel like that anymore.
Yeah. A place where you're ready to leave it in the past, where you're ready to not let it define you. And when you make it a must, something really magical happens. I'm going to tell just a little anecdote here. We moved, me and my kids had to move.
yeah.
So we were living in a house. In this house, we loved it there, but we were renting, the owners were selling it. We had to move. Last minute at the buzzer, we found a place. Rentals in California are real hard to come by right now. Last minute at the buzzer, we found a place. Is perfect in the right neighborhood, all of the things outside of our monthly budget. And the landlord asked me, I'll never forget, we were on the phone and he said, he was the landlord I was currently renting from. And he said, I'm going to ask you just right now, can you afford this on your own?
Yeah.
I did not hesitate. I said, yep. What was the real answer? The real answer was, based on what you make every month, right now as it stands, can you afford this on your own? The answer would have been no. But what I heard when he said that is, will you be able to afford this on your own? And in that moment, it became a must that I was going to level up financially to afford that on my own. The second part of that was he said, okay, if you're sure, I'm not even going to run background or finances or anything. You're already renting from me. I'm going to transfer you over. You'll get the keys on Thursday. This is Monday night. You'll get the keys on Thursday. When you show up to get the keys, I'm going to need a cashier's check for $9,000. And I said, okay, no problem. Sounds good. See you Thursday. Thank you so much. I get off the phone. My 15-year-old daughter is sitting right there. And she's so excited that we got this house. She was very stressed out about it. She's so excited we got this house. And I go, we need $9,000 by Thursday. And she was like, well, how much money do we have?
No.
I said,
Not $9,000.
Yeah. And I opened up my bank account and said, we have $1,800. And she goes, Mom, what are we going to do? And I was like, Lily, the only thing I want you to do, this is it. You're my 15-year-old daughter. This is the only thing I want you to do. You've been to that house with me. You've seen that house. You've seen your room. I want you to get a picture in your mind of what that room's going to look like. I want you to decorate it in your mind. I want you to know exactly where your bed is going to go. I want you to know exactly everything there is to know what it's going to smell like. Just think of that. That's all I want you to worry about is imagining your room. And on Thursday, I'm going to show up. I'm going to get the keys and I'm going to hand him a $9,000 cashier's check. And she's like, how? I was like, you're just going to imagine your room. I'm going to figure it out because I'm going to hustle harder. You guys, if I could operate the way I operate, when my back's against a wall, when it's a must, when there is no safety net, when there is no plan B, when it is this or a box behind Safeway, when I can operate, because I'll be damned if I didn't show up on Thursday morning with a $9,000 cashier's check.
Hell yeah, you did.
And we can create that over and over again through vision, through trust, through faith, through unwavering belief in yourself. Unwavering, because it was to the point of arrogance. It was to the point of arrogance where it's like, no, I'm going to have it. Yeah, but you don't even have 2,000.
Like, no, don't even.
I want you to mind your business. I'm going to have it.
That's just 2,000 less that I need.
And I had to borrow $0 from anybody.
Good for you.
Because we just create it. And we could teach you how to create that.
Yeah. It just takes a decision. That's all we need. And it just takes, again, your limitations are only limiting if you allow them to be. And stop hoarding all of that negativity and feeling like, well, because of what happened, I can't. No, that's a decision. Because of what happened, you will be better off than ever before. Life is about the journey that you're on. It's not about the arrival. So I sometimes miss that woman that hatched a plan to get a job out of DC right after her husband left to go. I even call her like another person. Like I'm unrecognizable, like to move across the country with 3 little kids by herself to chase down a dream job. I regularly try to I don't know if it's weird to say, it's like I try to channel that inner part of me that was like, nope, we're going, like we're going to do this and this is going to work and it's going to happen and no one's going to tell me I can't. In fact, sometimes if people told me I can't, that made me work even harder. It's like, go ahead.
As it should.
Go ahead. Tell me that you don't believe in me.
Oh yeah, watch this.
If there's ever anything you want me to do, just tell me I can't. But I want you to have that same attitude, and I want you to convince yourself, because the biggest person that is preventing you from moving forward in your life are the negative thoughts that you can't in your head. Tell her, watch me.
Self-doubt or doubt is the killer of manifestation.
Tell her, watch me.
Watch me. So Amanda, I have a question.
Yes.
I just got done telling you that I have very limited income, very limited resources. I don't know how I'm going to create this financial freedom you keep talking about. I can't even think, I'm not really even sure what I want. But how do I pay for this? Why is this even an option? How can I justify making this work? How can I justify paying this payment? Because what if it doesn't work?
How could you justify not? That's exactly why you need to decide to invest in yourself, whether it's Metamorphosis Method and Brave Single Moms or anything else. When you're in that situation, we're like, well, I can't. That's exactly why you have to.
Think of it
because otherwise, do you want to be in the same exact position? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I think about, Sarah's this incredible trainer and fitness coach. And I think about where I would be, like, you can go to the gym and do all the things on your own and be at the exact same weight a year later and be like, well, that was a waste of a lot of bad cardio days.
Yeah.
Or you can have a plan that you put into place, invest in yourself to have accountability and get to where you really want to go.
Well, and then you never know how that investment's going to pay off. So Amanda hired me. That's how we met.
Yeah.
She hired me to train her. And while it has paid off for her physically, mentally, emotionally, because of her health,
yes,
look at what we're doing together now.
Oh my God.
Could you have ever said, okay, I'm going to hire this trainer. I'm going to invest in her because it's going to be what I build my future on.
Right.
Never known that.
But I knew that it was something that I had to do.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was something that was good for me.
And it was pulling at you and it was calling you. And we have to trust we're women. We're women and we've been through a lot, but we have intuition and we have to trust that intuition. And the difference between fear and intuition is your nervous system. Intuition makes you feel peaceful and calm. It's a gentle pull that almost makes you emotional in a heartfelt way. Scarcity, fear, anxiety, that all feels like anxiety. That's not intuition, that's fear. And so when resources are tight, when we're looking at this is how much I make and this is how much I need to make. How the heck am I supposed to make that happen? Well,
you don't quit.
Yeah, definitely don't quit. And also, like, when you're looking at your financial resources and you're saying, okay, I want to turn $100 into $500. Well, the fastest and most effective way to turn $100 into $500 is to invest it. Because when you invest your money, it pays back in dividends. I'm not saying it doesn't come without risk, but when you invest that into yourself, you control the risk. Because when you invest and then you become invested, and the thing you become invested in is you, what are you risking? You have control over all of it. How hard you show up, how serious you take it, how much you're willing to work for it, how much you're willing to be honest with yourself and face the things, the limiting beliefs inside of yourself that are holding you back. You control it. And when you have that support, that guidance, and that accountability, because you've invested into you, well, you came to us saying, I need this much money to make this, to be this much money. And we said, we've got a way for you to do that. Yeah. You did it. And now not only is this much money, but it's also leveled up to over here because anything is possible now.
And and you'll believe in yourself. I'm not a gambling woman. Makes me nervous. But there's one thing that I will bet on. That is myself.
I'll bet on me every single day.
That's
what
I want you to think too.
I think that one of the things I'm most proud of in where I am today versus where I was 11 years ago when I became a single mom is that today, there's nothing in this world I can't do. Today, I can create anything. Today, I will bet every penny I have and every penny I will ever have onto my ability to do that.
Yep.
If you're willing to work for it, if you're willing to be honest with yourself, if you're willing to accept help from people who've been through what you're going through, who've been in your shoes,
and where you're going to go.
if you're willing to set your ego aside, to let yourself feel, to be a part of something bigger, you too will say, yeah, I am a completely different person than I was 10 years ago, and there's nothing in this world I can't do. And I want that for you. We want that for you.
And your kids will think the same. There's nothing in this world that my mom can't do. And so then you know what they think? I can't do. That's what I want for you. And that's what we want for our kids. And that's what we want for your kids. And we'd love for you to be in the sisterhood. If you'd like it, just click on that link in the description. It's the first thing you can click on, and you can schedule some time. You'll talk to one of us on the phone, and we will start on that phone call, hatching a plan to give you the brave single mom life you've always wanted, and to become the mom that your kids will brag about. We're focused on you. Can you cheers, coffee? Cheers.